Welcome to Mind Elevate. Our channel has one core mission, and that is to help you rise to your higher self. We help you elevate your life with our daily dose of mind-uplifting content and empowering resources. And in this video you will be made to see the real key to inner peace. Now listen. What you're about to learn isn't about using willpower or pretending to be okay when you're not. It's not about faking positivity or forcing yourself to ignore negative emotions. That kind of mindset only pushes the real issue deeper. The truth is that the reason nothing seems to work sometimes is because we keep looking for answers outside ourselves, while real change only happens from the inside out. Maybe you've noticed how some people remain calm no matter what life throws at them. They go through setbacks, losses, and uncertainty, yet stay centered, while others fall apart at the slightest discomfort. Is it luck? Genetics? No. There's a deeper reason, one that has nothing to do with personality and everything to do with inner mastery. Most people believe emotions are automatic, that the world causes their reactions. But what they don't realize is this: how you see life determines how you feel about it. Everything is filtered through your past, beliefs, and emotional baggage. It's like wearing tinted glasses. You'll always see the world through them, whether you notice or not. If your lenses are clouded by fear, guilt, or hurt, life will seem dark. Not because it is, but because that's how you're perceiving it. A true fact remains: you don't need to escape pain or avoid emotions. You need to change what they mean to you. You need to retrain your mind to see clearly. Emotions aren't the problem. It's what we do with them, how we interpret and respond, that either empowers us or keeps us stuck. Reality isn't something you're forced to live with. It's something you interpret. And once you understand that, you'll realize you can choose how you respond to anything. That's when real freedom begins. Second food for thought is, your emotions are not the enemy. Think about it. How often has fear crept into your life without you realizing? It shows up as doubt when you second-guess yourself. It hides behind procrastination when you delay what you really want. It even disguises itself in relationships, making you give too much just to avoid rejection. Carl Jung, the famous psychoanalyst, understood this well. He said most of what controls us isn't conscious. It's buried deep, old experiences, unhealed pain, beliefs we never questioned. That's what drives our reactions. When we don't deal with what's inside us, it doesn't just disappear. It shows up in our lives over and over like a loop we can't escape. And what do most people do? They suppress it. They avoid it. They distract themselves with work, entertainment, people, anything to not feel. But here's the hard truth. What you resist persists. You can't outrun an emotion. If you bury it, it becomes a weight you carry every day, silently influencing your choices, your mood, even your relationships. Now imagine a storm. The wind is wild. The rain is heavy. If you fight it, try to push it back, you'll just exhaust yourself. But if you let it pass, it eventually calms. That's how emotions work. They're not here to punish you. They're signals trying to get your attention. Sadness might be telling you to let go. Fear might be pointing to a belief that no longer serves you. Anger might be reminding you that a boundary is being crossed. Once you stop fighting emotions and start listening, everything shifts. Instead of being trapped by your feelings, you start using them as tools for growth. Third food for thought is, how to break free from emotional autopilot. Think about the last time you reacted without thinking. Maybe during an argument, a tense work moment, or when someone hurt your feelings. You felt triggered. You snapped. You shut down. And later you wondered, why did I let that get to me? Here's what most of us miss. The real trigger often isn't the moment itself. It's something already inside us. An old story, an unmet wound, a belief we've been carrying for years. What if, instead of reacting, you paused? What if you took a breath and asked, which part of me is feeling this right now? Is it the adult you? Or the scared, unheard, rejected version of you from long ago? This single question can change everything. Because once you stop blaming the outside world and start observing what's happening within, you take your power back. Carl Jung called this your silent observer, the calm part of you that watches without getting caught up in the chaos. It doesn't panic. It doesn't judge. It just sees clearly. When you start operating from that place, you realize something. No one can control how you feel, unless you let them. What shakes you is often something you haven't yet healed. And that's not weakness, that's an invitation. You don't need to control the world. You need to understand your own responses to it. That's the beginning of real inner peace, not escaping life's challenges, but learning to meet them with a new level of awareness. Fourth food for thought is, change the way you see and everything changes. The way you see things shapes how you experience them. If you believe failure means you're not good enough, then every mistake feels like the end of the world. If you think rejection means you're unlovable, then silence from someone will haunt you. But what if you change the story? Let's say you've always felt unloved, maybe because growing up, love had to be earned. Now, as an adult, you bend over backward to be accepted. You give too much, say yes when you want to say no, all because deep down you're afraid of being abandoned. But once you see this pattern clearly, you gain power over it. You realize, my worth doesn't depend on how much I give. I don't need to keep proving I'm enough. So you start setting boundaries. You say no when you mean it. And surprisingly, the right people respect you more, not less. Here's another example. Maybe you see failure as shameful. Every time something doesn't work out, you beat yourself up. But if you shift your mindset, if you start seeing failure as feedback, not defeat, your whole energy changes. Now you're not afraid to try. You're not afraid to grow. Because you've finally realized, mistakes don't define you. Your response does. The stories we tell ourselves become the lens through which we view life. Change the story and the whole picture shifts. Fifth food for thought is, letting go of limiting thoughts and false beliefs. Most of the thoughts that hold you back, they're not even yours. You picked them up along the way, from childhood, from criticism, from people who were also hurting. I'm not enough. I always mess things up. I don't deserve love. These are just echoes from the past, not facts. But here's the mistake many people make. They repeat those thoughts so often they turn into an identity. The good news? You can question them. Every time you catch yourself thinking something that limits you, pause and ask, is this really true, or just familiar? That moment of awareness is powerful. It's the crack where light enters. Carl Jung taught that the subconscious doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. It just believes what it's told consistently. So if you feed your mind self-defeating beliefs, your reality starts matching them. But if you replace those with truth-based, empowering beliefs, the outside world begins to reflect a new version of you. Think of your mind like a garden. Negative thoughts are weeds, they grow fast but only if you let them. Plant seeds of clarity, self-trust, and peace, and with time they bloom. You don't need to fight every thought. You just need to choose which ones deserve to stay. Sixth food for thought is, your emotions are messages, not problems. We've been taught to hide emotions, to stay strong, to get over it, or to act like we're fine, even when we're not. But emotions aren't the enemy. They're messengers. Each one carries insight, a signal pointing to what needs attention. Sadness may be telling you to let go. Fear might be showing you where you're still doubting yourself. Anger often reveals that your boundaries are being crossed. But if you ignore or silence these signals, they don't go away. They build up. And before you know it, you're carrying emotional weight that drags you down, even when life seems fine on the outside. Instead of asking, why am I feeling this way? Try asking, what is this feeling trying to tell me? Don't run from the emotion. Lean in. Sit with it. Breathe through it. Let it speak. This simple act of listening begins the healing. You're not broken. You're not weak for feeling deeply. You're human, and emotions are part of that design. The goal isn't to avoid feelings but to understand them. Because once you do, they stop controlling you and start guiding you. Seventh food for thought is, staying centered in real-life moments. Let's bring this into the real world. Imagine you're in a tense conversation, maybe with a boss, a partner, or someone you care about. You feel anxiety rising. Your heart races. Doubts flood your mind. In the past, maybe you'd shut down or lash out. But this time you pause. You take a breath. You tune in and ask yourself, what's really going on inside me right now? Is it fear of being misunderstood? Is it an old wound surfacing again? When you do this, something powerful happens. You stop reacting from habit and start responding with awareness. Suddenly, you're speaking from confidence, not insecurity. You're no longer replaying past patterns. You're creating a new outcome. This is what it means to respond from clarity, not from the emotional baggage of your past. Carl Jung talked about the shadow self, the parts of us we've disowned or ignored. Often, what irritates us in others is just a reflection of what we haven't yet made peace within ourselves. So next time someone triggers you, try this. Instead of matching their energy, take a step back. Ask, why is this bothering me so much? What's this showing me about myself? It's not always about them. Often, it's an invitation to grow. And when you accept that, you shift from being at the mercy of your emotions to being in command of them. And there you have it. The real key to inner peace isn't about forcing yourself to be positive or running from your emotions. It's about understanding them, listening to their messages, and learning to respond with clarity and strength. Remember, you are not your past, you are not your fears, and you are certainly not your limiting beliefs. You have the power to rewrite your story, break free from old patterns, and rise into the calm, confident, resilient version of yourself. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today on Mind Elevate, where we help you rise to your higher self with practical wisdom and empowering tools. If this video touched you or sparked something inside, please hit the like button. This really supports the channel. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a daily dose of uplifting content. Now here's my question for you. What's one belief or emotional pattern you're ready to let go of today? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your reflections. Until next time, stay grounded and keep elevating to your higher self.